Hello friends, welcome back. So let's go ahead and do one more example so you won't have to hear me talk about this. Okay, so for these keys, since I'm going to be using this quite a lot, I'm actually going to pull this out, and I'm actually probably going to do a code, and I'll probably move it up. So actually what I want to do is I want to actually create a method or a function so that I only have to call this once and just enter in the data frame. So I'm going to say something like get attribute, wait, what did I call it in the thing? Legacy field name. Okay, so I'm going to say get legacy field name, and that will be the data frame. Let's see, something else. What to name it? Let's say just df data. Make it nice and easy. Okay. And so instead of calling that, we'll just say we'll call df data, and then have it print out the key. So literally all I'd have to do is call this, on this, remove this, and wrap this in some parentheses and run it. Oh, that's why I'm supposed to call it first and then run that, and it works. Alright, so now I just have to call this every time. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring in the items. So I pulled items out and put it into, pulled it out of this, what do you call it, archive directory, and put it in my data directory, and I do this one by one so I know I'm not missing anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this. Okay, and let's look at the first 10. Okay, so we have hot drinks, it's coming in, great. Let's look at info. Let's see, price should come in as a number. It does. And so let's go ahead and look at the description, or how to describe what's there. Item data. Okay, nothing wonky going on there. Alright, let's go ahead and get legacy field name, items data, run that. Alright. Actually, I just did that one, right? I did. No, I did. Okay, I didn't. See, that's why I'm gonna change these names, these attribute names. It's ing, and then you have item. Okay, so I have to do paste, copy, paste. Okay. Alright, so this is item. So I don't have item in here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another item in here, another item to my item. Alright, so the original file was items. I'm just going to call it item. And the original file was, or the original items lowercase. They are things, and I will name it table items. Right, I'm done. And do table items and paste that all the way down. Alright, so we have item ID, So this is the ID of an item. Let's look at the items again. You know, actually I might name this something else. Maybe menu? Because if it was just one thing, like if it was all drinks, I would name it drinks, right? But it isn't. We have some ham sandwiches, some sandwiches down below. So, and I don't want to split sandwiches from the rest of this, even though I could, say if the cafe wanted to start selling more food items like muffins, croissants, donuts, things like that, pastries, then I probably want to pull the sandwiches out. Maybe that's something to think about. So one of the things, the tabs here is design decisions. So entity name is called items, but what I want to do, I want to pull out drinks from food items. And the reason is because I want, in case the cafe wants to add more food stuff. And then also, you know, also for analysis purposes, it's probably wise to do so, because say if later on they want to see, okay, how many times does someone order a drink with their, you know, sandwich, or do they order, you know, coffee? Let's see, look at the, yeah, like say for example, they, you know, they don't order a coffee when they order a sandwich. Maybe they order an iced tea or a lemonade. So it'd be nice to see kind of, okay, what pairings do they, you know, do customers do? So you wouldn't be able to separate that very well. And then also when we look at the recipes even, you know, or if they need to add more inventory or more ingredients, you know, it'll be nice to know, okay, you know, what could you separate out, you know, because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't need, you know, more. Would you need more mozzarella if you started selling, like, you know, salads? You probably would. You know, it'd just be easier, I think. So there's some things I think about. None of this is set in stone. So right now I'm thinking, okay, well, do I need to separate it out? Maybe it might not be a good idea to separate it out. You know, we do wrapping. So we probably would need, we would need 3 entities actually. We would need drinks, a meal, and then menu, so it can combine the two. Again, it's something to think about. And that's the thing about planning. Because honestly, if you were trying to build this out, you know, just writing some chicken scratches on a paper, you know, you wouldn't be able to really catch a lot of this. And you can always change your mind too. I can always change my mind, just say, you know, I won't do that. But it all depends. We'll see. We'll just leave it as is right now. we'll just say SKU of item. Item name, item category. Is that item category? I think it is. Yeah, see, they have hot drinks, cold drinks, and snacks. I don't know, I wouldn't call a sandwich a snack, honestly. This seems more like a menu to me. It really does. Because you have item sizes and you have price. I'm sorry, I'm kind of thinking of this on the fly. So yeah, I think I want to call this a menu. I really want to call this a menu. Because I pull out drinks and then have a yes/no column if it's hot or not, right? Yeah, because you have a lot of duplication here. That's another thing you have to look for is duplication. And that's another reason why I want to pull this out is when you're creating a database, you want to remove duplication. You don't want duplication at all. So you have to really like look at the data and kind of say, okay, what can I trim? What can I pull out? And I really honestly think items is a menu, just looking at it, by the duplication itself. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So go back to our decision table. Yeah, we need drinks, bold that, meal, and menu. And menu will look like items. So let's go back to our entity phrase and we will name, let's go and edit. So it's menu. That's what's gonna be. And it's gonna be table menu. Yep. Okay. And see, this is reason why, like I said, you have to pull this stuff out. So we do ID of menu, SKU of menu, maybe menu item. We can do a menu item just to make it clear. And then menu, item name, menu, item, category. Is that right? I was going to check the category. Yeah, the category. Okay. Menu, item, size, menu, item, price. Okay, so ID, if we look at the ID, so what's the difference between the ID and the SKU? I don't know if SKU is used anywhere else. I don't think it is. Nope, it's not used anywhere else. So we'll say that this could be a physical key. I might change it. This would be a logic key because it's unique to each item. This is a table field, table field, table field, table field. I think price is a table field. I can't really tell by looking at the difference between the two. Yeah, no, there's really no difference. Yeah, because see, a large mocha is 60 cents more than a medium, and this is 40 cents. So yeah, there's no calculation that I can tell that's very clear, so I'm not going to worry about that. So as you see, there's a lot of like thinking and looking through the data to kind of see, okay, what exactly do I need to address? And you know, that's the thing with building your data dictionary. Things can change and it's okay. This is the part where it's okay that it changes. Now, if you already have the database built and you didn't do this part, yeah, you're gonna have a huge headache on your hands. A lot of coding. So let's try to mitigate that any way we can. Okay, so we have that. Okay, let's add a couple more fields. Let's see, let's look at, okay, so we have item name, whether it's hot or not. I think I will have to do some work in here, because I mean, if you look at the SKU, you see you have HDR cap and then medium large, so tax on the SKU. So I believe what I'm going to have to do is pull out part of the SKU in order to make the drink. To make out the drinks. And let's see, let's look at the tell, which is the bottom part of the data frame. Yeah, see, sandwiches is SNK, meaning snack, right? Let's see, SNK SHC, which is ham and cheese, salami and mozzarella. So yeah, what I'll have to do is tack that off the sizes. Even some of the drinks don't have sizes. I think that the espresso doesn't have a size, which is true. It's just a shot. So, okay. So there's some work I need to do. I'm actually going to mention this. So, again, go back to our design decisions. And here we start entering what we plan to do. Okay, so for drink, what we need to pull out SKU prefix so that each drink has one. Menu, I'm going to say items menu. In order to create SKU, need to add a suffix medium for medium, G for large. Another thing I was thinking about was the recipes, and as you start thinking about the data, you need to check if the recipes are by size, because say if you get, I don't know, there's one of the recipes on here, a mocha, for example, you'll need way more pumps of chocolate for a large mocha than a medium one, right? I think it's like 2 for the large and 1 for the medium or something like that. I don't know. I don't really cook. I think I only worked at a coffee shop for like 2 weeks, so I'm assuming that you would need more pumps of cocoa, you know what I'm saying? So probably want to add that too. Okay. And again, I can come back once I get to the recipe data frame and work this out, right? Meal. Also, we'll need to pull out the SKU prefix. Okay, and the reason for this decision is so that it's easier to track. And we just, oopsie, not all, copy that and just paste that there. We'll get back to this. Yeah, we'll get back. We'll come back to the recipe one because I think, is it recipes? Yeah, recipes. Yeah, I can't tell right now. Oh yeah, it does have medium, large, so it's going to look off of the menu SKU. Okay. So recipes look off of menu SKU for needed quantity. All right. So let's go back to our entity phrase, or entity phrases. Okay, so we have that. And then again, we can add. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let's add 20. Just make it reasonable. Okay. All right. So, this doesn't have a drink, so we can add one later. So I just kind of wanted to show you kind of a breakdown of how I would work with this data. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted to cover in this video. It is not. So if you're interested on seeing how I broke this down even more, again, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, but then also sign up for that free course, the email course. It's down in the description box. Okay, hopefully you found this interesting, and hopefully it's helped you out a little bit. Until next time, friends.